Hey y'all! Thanks so much for watching our video. Today you're going to see how to make this super easy candle kit. We've got the kits on our website and I'll post the link below in the description so you can make one just like it. I think y'all are really going to like this project because it is so easy even kids can do it. Let's get started. So when you first open your kit, go ahead and separate all of your items into sections so you can see what all you've got to work with. You've got all your beads, you've got pins that we're going to put the beads onto, we've got little bunny charms, jump rings to go on the bunny charms, a wire that we're going to wind up stringing everything onto, and it's already coiled for you so you won't have to do anything, and a tea light candle. So, to start off, we're going to do a little prep work by putting 3 jump rings on each bunny charm to make them hang down far enough from the center wire so that the beads don't cover them up. To do this, we're going to use 2 pairs of flat chain nose pliers to open the first jump ring and put it into the top loop of one of our bunny charms and then close it securely. Repeat this process to add a second ring to the ring you just attached, and again to add a third ring to the top of the chain. Make sure all of your rings are closed securely, and repeat this process for your other 2 bunny charms. So now let's move on to the beads and the pins. Every bead will go on a pin individually and you will have extra pins for this project. To make the loops on top of these beads, we're going to be doing a technique that we call the double roll down. You will not need to cut or trim any of the pins for this project. To do this, we'll be using a 3 and 5 millimeter baling plier, and we'll be wrapping around the 3 millimeter side, which is the smaller of the 2. Start by placing the cut end of the wire between the 2 barrels of the tool and rotate the tool forward to form a loop around the smaller barrel, readjusting your hand as necessary. Continue rolling forward and use up all the wire on the pin. You will notice that the extra wire is forming a second loop directly beside the first one, and that's exactly what we're looking for here. Keep rolling until your tool hits the bead and then stop. Repeat this process until all of the beads have loops on them. I'll be sure to include a link below so you can order the baling plier as well if you don't have one already. And if you happen to get a little gap between the 2 loops when you're rolling, that's no big deal. Just turn it on the side, use your pliers to squeeze that little gap closed, and keep on going on to the next bead. So now, once all of your beads have loops on them, separate them into piles, and you should have enough to do 3 piles of 6 beads for each color. Now we're going to start stringing our items onto our wire. So starting with this first row that's closest to me, I'm going to put on 1 bead at a time and work my way through the row until I finish putting on 6 beads of every color. Then I'm going to stop and add on my first bunny charm. And we'll just speed this up a little bit because all I'm doing is stringing beads. Be sure to go through the top ring of the 3-ring chain that we made, so that way he hangs down low enough and the beads don't cover him. If you put him on backwards, just take him off and put him back on again. Then continue stringing beads until you finish the second row, and then you'll put on your second bunny. And again, we'll just speed this up a little bit because all I'm doing is stringing beads. And now I'm going to finish putting on the last few beads of my second section of 6, and then I'm going to put on my second bunny. And when I put it on, you just want to hold it up and make sure that everyone's facing the right direction. If someone's facing backwards, just take a second and look at what needs to be changed and flip it around and you're good to go. Then keep stringing up all those beads on the third section and put on your third bunny. make sure everyone's facing the front when you put on that last charm. All right, looks like everybody's facing the right way, so we're ready to close. So now we're going to take the 3mm side of our baling plier again, and we're going to grab the end of our thick wire and roll it towards the center until we get a small closed loop. You just want to make sure that's closed so nothing falls out. Now that we've got it closed, we're going to need to connect the two loops so that we have a closed circle to go around our ring. So take a pair of flat chain nose pliers and lift open one side of the ring, and you're going to put the other closed loop into the open one. You may have to bend the wire a little bit to kind of get it to pop into the open loop, but once you get it in, you should be good to go. Then you're just going to take your flat pliers and close that loop up again so nothing comes out. Then take a few minutes and reshape the wire with your hands just to give it a nice round shape so it fits around your candle nicely. Now I'll show you a couple of tips on how to fluff it up when you're displaying it so it looks really nice. It works best if you put your tea light down and then put the candle ring over it so that way all the beads are pushed to the top a little bit. Then kind of give it a little shake to separate the beads evenly and use a pin or a scrap piece of wire to help pull the beads up towards the top so that way you don't see so much of that core wire showing through and your beads are the pretty part that you actually get to see. Keep fluffing it for a few minutes because this really makes a difference in how it looks. Candle ring that really wasn't even that hard to make. Well, I hope you enjoyed our video. Be sure to give us a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any notifications, and be sure to check back with us because we'll have another video coming out next Saturday. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye.